And we are back. And I'm getting rather frustrated. Because we are missing so much of the racing. Codemasters, you are utter jokes. Sort your life out. There seems to be an issue when you're a spectator, and it's just not acceptable. Codemasters need to sort this out. The game just crashes, and it's not. It keeps happening. But to the racing we go. GFO Metaxis has got P2. We did miss that. Thank you, Codemasters. You utter cockwombles. On we go. I've given up with the no swearing on stream rule because this is a joke. Thank you very much for joining once again. Here we go. Pippo still all over the back of Josh McGill. Can't make the move. He's really stuck behind that Mercedes. GFO is looking to close the gap on Lee Burton. He's certainly doing that as we speak. But are those tyres going to last enough? Prof in the chat laughing. Thank you for that, Prof. Please take your crying laughter face and take it to Codemasters. And actually actually forget that. Just go to Codemasters and punch him in the face for me. That'd be appreciated. I think that is needed. We are still here. Thank you very much. I appreciate you joining. Nice job, mate. Really struggling to keep hold of GFO. He is tagging along in the DRS as much as he possibly can. Hopefully that's helping him, but he does have that penalty. Paul Jones Jr., we noticed, to get that penalty as well. I think it's going to stop him getting any more positions, but it's just over 3 seconds ahead of AJ behind him. And away we go. Lap 22 of 27. This is getting close up front. GFO just can't quite make that DRS at the moment. He's tantalisingly close. And he's using all of his battery that he can. But so's Lee Burt. There is a yellow flag in sector. Is that Pippo? Pippo's spun out. Unbelievable. He's been so frustrated behind Josh McGill. And he couldn't make a move. But he is now spun. But he hasn't lost any positions. He's still ahead of Looney Man. So it's not the end of the world. But Looney Man now, with a bit more battery, is caught up to him. May be able to get a chance on DRS. Nice job, mate. He's just managed to get DRS on Metaxis, who's just getting within DRS of Lee Burt. Although he won't have DRS this time around. There's a Haas getting out of the way that's being lapped. I think that's cunning firm. Fair play to him. But no battery in the tank left for any of these guys. Lee Burt holding on by the skin of his teeth right now. And look at how much going through that middle chicane. He's so much quicker. Prof, fight like a lion, Looney Man. Absolutely. He's very, very close to Pippo now. Only 2/10 out of DRS range. He's got a little bit more battery. If he can use that battery to get in the DRS range and then just get towed along for a lap or two, it'll be absolutely fine. Those mediums will die off by the end of the race. And look at it. Lee Burt is managing to keep pace over Metaxis, who even with those mediums is struggling now to just close that gap. Royal Rumble and DRL Naismith trade positions further back, but we're going to keep an eye still on these first lot. Yeah, I was just going to say, Chuckle does have a penalty, but he's got a good gap to Josh McGill, so he's definitely not at risk of losing that. A little bit in no man's land, Chuckle, not able to keep up with these leaders, but quicker than anyone else. Metax is incredibly close through this first sector. He uses a lot of curb, didn't hook the car up on the curb like he wanted to through there. Lee Burt gets a little bit of a wiggle coming out. It's not going to affect him too much, but is it going to affect him enough that DRS is, yes, it is. Metaxis has got DRS, and that is massive for him. No battery at all for Lee Burt. He's using it, but there's no use. And look how much extra speed that has given the Alpine. And now he just needs to stay there for a lap, and then try and make a move. This is going to be a very, very interesting finish to this Grand Prix. I cannot wait to see what is going to happen. Who's your money on? If you're watching, do pop in the chat. Who's your money on for this race win? Myra definitely isn't going to get the race win. He's down in P16. He's got a time penalty for his troubles. He's had a disastrous race. Very unfortunate for him. Matthew, XY3 further down. You got GFO and Royal Rumble trading positions. Matthew very, very close to the back of Naismith. No way through for the minute. Royal Rumble, I tell you what, is very close to GFO. Once again, they just traded positions. Can he get that position back? Don't think he's quite close enough. No, that's a bit too brave to go send one up the inside there. But what's going on at the lead? Because there's only a tenth between the two of them. That was very close with DRS, and I nearly missed that. GFO meta for the win. GFO is going to get it. Yeah, a lot of people going for GFO in the chat. It's certainly looking likely right now, isn't it? Those mediums will die off come the end of the race. But they're looking pretty strong at the moment, and he does have DRS. Neither has any battery whatsoever. They got nothing to defend with. Here we go. DRS wide open on the Alpine. What's the straight line speed like of these two? Liebert trying to duck out of the slipstream. And look how close this is going to be coming into the braking zone. It's not going to be close enough to send a move. And Liebert holds on for a little bit longer. Nice job. Has been dropped by these two. Unfortunately, he wanted, I'm sure, to get into this fight. Prof, only 2 laps left. He's got it. You're absolutely right. They might drop off, but there's not many laps for them to drop off by. But the question is, if he does get ahead, is he going to be able to hold it? Because neither has anything battery-wise in the tank to fight with. Paul all over the back of Looney Man. Further back, so sorry, Prof. You might see Looney Man lose a position, but there is a time penalty for Paul to come yet. In through the last corner, the leaders go. We're going to stick with these guys because it's for the race win. DRS wide open on that Alpine. It's a good exit from Liebert, and I think he's managed to hold that position for now. It's only a short straight. Yes, I'm not going to repeat what that emoji is in the chat, Prof. I don't want to know where that finger is going. GFO, the other GFO, oh my goodness, I thought for a minute Metax has had a penalty, but it's the other GFO got a time penalty. They're still keeping it clean up front. Oh, there's a little wiggle there from the Alpine. He's going to stay within DRS room, but that might have just cost him potentially a chance. The gap's only 0.5 of a second, though. DRS, once again, is he going to be able to make a move? Liebert goes very, very defensive. He knows he could be in trouble. This means absolutely everything to both of these drivers. Not close enough once again. Liebert very good through that chicane, or coming out of that chicane, should I say. This is tantalisingly close. I disagree with you, Prof. I think Liebert's got this covered. I'm probably going to eat my words in a few corners. But at the moment, Liebert is looking strong. Paul Jones does get past Looney Man further back. We're not going to jump to this because this is too close to watch because we are about to go onto the final lap. Only a few corners left of the penultimate lap, and there's nothing separating these two guys. Both are going to be desperate to get this race win. They absolutely want to prove themselves. Metaxis has proved his speed. He's proved his qualifying pace. But he couldn't prove his race pace. But this evening, he absolutely has. He's driven his heart out. And he has done so well. I'd be gutted for him if he falls just short. But Liebert has led this race from start to finish. We are now on the final lap of the Grand Prix. There is going to be one more DRS zone. I mean, we're going to get a little DRS before the start-finish straight. But I don't think it's going to make any bit of a difference. Depends how close it is. We'll have to see at the time. But this could be the last major opportunity to potentially pass on this lap. How close is Metaxis going to be? I think he's a little far back looking at it. I just don't think he's got enough in the tank to get him past Liebert. Just once again by the skin of his teeth holding that one off. But he's a bit slow mid-corner in the chicane, but he's much better on the power coming out of it. And it looks like he's going to hold on down the second straight as well. And it's going to be incredibly difficult for the Alpine to find a way past in that final sector. I'm sure he's going to look to see if he can find a way, but they're so close to the end, there's no point. Lee Craig's spun round further back, so he's dropping positions. But here we go. Last few corners of this Grand Prix. Is there any way past for the Alpine? I think Liebert is going to be able to hold this one off just about. But how close is this? Absolutely nail-biting finish. Incredible stuff from these two. Round the final corner, the Williams turns it in, gets on the power, out the corner, and I think he's going to have this race. He weaves to celebrate. Liebert takes the victory in France. GFO, a fantastic race to finish P2. Nice job. Will come home P3. Chuckle, a lonely P4. Unfortunately, Josh McGill, a great recovery after that first lap into P5. Pippo, what could have been maybe a P5, but I think that was all he could manage today. Unfortunate with his spin, but he comes home P6. Paul Jones P7, but I think he'll lose it. Looney Man manages to get P7. Prof will be very happy in the chat. And Paul down to 8th. I'm sure he'll be very annoyed with that, but at least it's some points on the board. AJ, very good race in 9th. And it's a race to the finish line. GFO Naismith. Unbelievable stuff. We just caught the end of that. It was 3 wide as they went across the finish line. Incredible. Lee Craig just missing out on points. We are going to go to just a quick one to position change as well, so we can see who's gained what. Who's your driver of the day? Watching in the chat, please pop your vote in, because I think that's too close for me to decide. But amazing, amazing stuff, Prof says. Great recovery drive from Josh and big drive from Lee. Absolutely. AJ Baker, driver of the day, the game gives. I think he's done well. He's definitely done well and definitely a contender. For me, I don't know. It's too close to call. It is too close to call. I think I'm going to need to have a little think on this one. But we got there in the end. What a race. What a race. Thank you ever so much, everyone who has been tuning in and stuck with it. And apologies for the constant game crashes. I will definitely be sending Codemasters a pile of my own feces in the post later on this week. And we wait for the game to load in. There it is. Liebert, your race winner from this evening. Sure, he's going to be over the moon with that. Absolutely over the moon. Incredible. Incredible drive. What a deserving podium. All 3 of them. Absolutely on it. I don't know what you're laughing about, Prof. I'm genuinely, I will do it. Just try me. As, yeah, there it is. GFO Metaxas gets the fastest lap as well on that one. Started P2, ended up P2, but really doesn't say much about his race. I think it was an incredible drive from him. I really think it was. So there's your final order. Liebert takes the victory. Metaxas P2. Nice job, mate. Completes the podium. Chuckle P4. Josh McGill P5. Pippo P6. Looney Man 7th. Poole 8th. AJ Baker 9th. And Naismith rounding out the top 10. What a race it's been. Absolutely incredible. I can't wait to join you all again next week to see what happens. But thank you ever so much, everyone, for joining. And, well, not much more to say. We'll see you next time. Thank you.